Hello friends, welcome back to new video in the series of basics of stock market. So this video is about my trading PC build and why this video I'm considering in basics of stock market series because as we have discussed earlier, trading PC is one of the assets for this trading business. So let's understand basic parts of PC and let's see how I have built my trading PC. So this trading PC built I came in my mind last year in November or December. So that time I was thinking about Intel 9 generation, but that time recently 12 generation was launched in November or December, and so that's the reason I have decided to go with 12 generation. So this Intel 12 generation supports DDR4 and DDR5 RAMs. So basically, I have decided to go with DDR5 RAMs because DDR5 RAMs were just launched in this January. So rather than going with DDR4, because it's almost 10 years back, DDR4 was launched, and now DDR5 is recently came in the market. So let's understand basic parts. So many of you know all this, but still, see, I just wanted to show this drawing drawn by my kids so during that PC build, so you can see the date 8th of May in 2022. So in April I have started ordering all these different parts. So what are the major parts? So let's start with one is cabinet, motherboard, processor, RAM, SSD, that is storage drive, GPU, graphic processing unit or graphic card, CPU, cooler or and power supply. So why this took another 4 to 6 months to build this PC? Because 12 generation was also new and DDR5 RAM was also new in month of January and February. So the availability of all these DDR5 RAMs and this processor and DDR5 motherboard was a challenge during that period. So for finally, uh, I have ordered these all these components from different website in month of April, and I have assembled this PC in first week of May. Let's see all these components and see how my PC looks. These are the components for the PC build. So starting for the power supply, then computer case, motherboard, AIO liquid cooler for processor, then processor, storage drive, that is SSD, then RAM, and finally the Windows license. Now let's understand each part in detail. So if we discuss about this case, this is from Asus TUF Gaming series and GT301. So there are two different model. One is GT301 and one is GT701. So I have gone with GT301, which is 80x computer case. So it comes with three ARGB fan in front and one exhaust fan in the rear side. It has a separate compartment for to house the power supply, and separate at the end there is a cable management recess separately provided for all the cables. It also comes with the ARGB controller which can control all these fans and their colors. Also this case has two USB output, one audio jack and on off button, and ARGB controllers button on the front. So now let's move to motherboard. So this motherboard is from Asus, and this is Prime Z690A series. So Z690 chipset is for 12 generation. So you can see the details of this motherboard. So it has a large heatsink for the processor. Then there are three M.2 slots for the SSDs, which are again with heatsink, and one open M.2 slot for SSD. Basically this motherboard comes with two outlets for display. One is DPI and one HDMI, and other four outlets which you can see this are USB 2 and USB 3, and there next is the LAN port, and below are the audio jacks for input and output for the speakers. Let's understand so its compatibility. So this motherboard is PCI 5. So all these lanes which we can use for the graphic card and all other accessories are PCI 5 enabled. So as of now
all the graphics card comes at maximum PCI 4 or generation 4. This is backward compatible, so this PCI 5 is backward compatible with PCI 4 and PCI 3 both. Again, this motherboard is with DDR5. So DDR5 is basically our RAMs. So RAM comes in DDR3, DDR4 and DDR5. So I have decided to go with DDR5 build. So that's the reason the motherboard we have selected is DDR5. So again, it is compatible with Intel Optane, DTX, Dolby, then HDMI, and this motherboard is also Windows 11 ready. Then going next to, this is the AIO liquid cooler. So all-in-one liquid cooler, 240 mm with 240 mm radiator. So you can see these two RGB fans for the radiator and this head which goes on the processor for cooling the processor. So since we have gone with K series processor, that doesn't include stock fan. So instead of going for the air cooled fan for the processor, I have decided to go with liquid cooler since we are using K series processor. So next move to main part of our PC build, that is processor. So I have decided to go with Intel i7-12700K series. So basically this is unlock processor. Unlock means basically we can overclock the processor. Overclocking means by tweaking some settings in BIOS we can increase the frequency of the processor. So basically this processor has base frequency of 3.6 gigahertz and maximum turbo frequency of 5 gigahertz. So I don't think we need to go beyond that by doing any changes in the settings. So let's understand difference between this K series and F series and normal processor. Suppose we consider 12700. So one is i7-12700, second one is i7-12700K, third one is i7-12700KF, and fourth one is i7-12700F. So wherever you find the F in the Intel's processor series, F means that processor doesn't include integrated graphics. So in that case we need to mandatorily go for external graphic card. This processor includes with 770 Intel graphics, so we need not require graphic card for regular work, or it can do casual gaming on this 770 graphics as well. So this processor can support up to 4 monitors with 4K at 60 Hz speed. So I think that is enough for that. Okay, so next is storage. So we have decided to go with SSD, that is solid state drive. So we have provision to connect HDD also, but I think 500 GB SSD is enough. So if in future required, we can add HDD or SSD. So our motherboard has enough flexibility to accommodate another 3 SSDs and a couple of HDDs. So this SSD is from WD Black, so that is Western Digital Black, and the model is SN850 NVMe, and this SSD is Gen 4. So basically this is the latest model. So Gen 4 is a bit costlier than Gen 3 SSDs currently available in the market, and this SSD has a read speed of 7000 Mbps and write speed is around 4000 Mbps. So at present this is the fastest SSD available in the market globally. Okay, so next is RAMs. So basically this is the main component which decided the build. So as I have mentioned, I have decided to go with DDR5 RAM. So hence the overall costing of this PC build has been increased say around 15 to 20%, because we need to go with the DDR5 motherboard, which is a bit costlier than DDR4 motherboards. Then again, this DDR5 has been recently launched in this January, so the pricing and availability is a bit challenge for this DDR5 RAMs. What is the technical details? So DDR5, you can see the specifications. So I have gone with 32 GB RAM. So this kit includes 2 into 16 GB RAM. So DDR5 5200 megahertz, and its latency is 40. So I don't think we need to go into that much details in latency, and also it is Intel XMP certified. Okay, so next is power supply. This is from Corsair CX750 series, and this is 80 plus bronze certified. So there are different certifications for the power efficiency such as bronze, gold, and platinum and titanium. So I think there is not much difference in power efficiency in gold and bronze, but the pricing wise there is a much difference in both these certifications and power supply. So that's the reason I have decided to go with the bronze certification, and it has also 85% power efficiency. So now calculating the overall power for our PC build. So basically our processor's base power is around 125 watt, and when it goes in highest mode, that is turbo mode, so maximum power consumption is around 200 watts. So this is one of the major component which requires power. So apart from that, all these other components will take another 100 watts power. So why we have gone with 750 watt? So suppose in future if we want to add graphic card to this our PC build, then graphic card power requirements are a bit on higher side. So normal graphic card power requirement is around 150 watt and can go up to 350 watts with high-end configuration. So that's the reason we have considered another 300 watts for graphic card and another 150 watt as a spare. And considering the 85% efficiency, we can consider that this 750 watt power supply can deliver around 600 to 650 watt power. So our overall power requirement is 600 watts. So according to that, we have decided to go with this. Okay, now we have already assembled this PC. So let's see how that looks when we turn on the PC. Here we go. So this is the final assembled product, which I have personally assembled all these parts at home. So this is the case. So you can see this. They are branding of this Top Gaming, and one side has a clear glass, so we can see all the components from this side. So let's turn on this. So these are the outputs and USB outputs, and this ARGB fan controller and audio jack. So let's turn on the computer. Okay, so you can see it's booting. So this is the overall look, and this is the ARGB what we are talking. So you can see this Deepcool ARGB head on processor, and these are the two fans from inside which we can see for this radiator, and these are the three fans which we are talking for inlet of the ventilation from the front side, and this is the non-ARGB fan at the end. Okay, so this is the overall look and feel of this PC. You can see this from front. So hope you like my Intel 12 generation DDR5 PC build, and thanks for watching.
Friends, keep watching this channel, and please like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.